We start in October, and I'll tell you how. And then you go through orientation, and orientation is to Americanize you. I'm not asking you to leave your passport here. Americanize you to mean there are laws you have to follow. No sexual comments about anybody's sexual orientation. No comments about the color. No comments about the race. No comments about the age. Don't drink and drive. I'm not sure about that, but okay, don't drink and drive. Don't do this. So those are the things that you would like to bring to your attention, so you know the law. Don't argue with the police. Don't do anything like that. And then we'll take you to like a supermarket and show you there are maybe 65 different types of skim milks. And then when you're talking to somebody, you don't understand. This is how you Americanize yourself. And then the whole training program starts, which is hands-on. You will be hands-on actually working, okay? Then comes October, November, it starts. And then December, January, February, roughly 3 months later, or 3.5 months later, 4 months later maybe, your department head will sit down with you and they will evaluate you. When I say evaluation, it is not that how much knowledge you have. It is more like what is your wish, what is your passion, what do you want to look for, how do you want to succeed. And then they look at basically they're going into your head and seeing who you are, what do you want to be, okay? Because this company already spent $6,000, $7,000 on you to bring you there. It's not to make you a server, because you got to be ahead of that. So then that evaluation is one time is your boss, one time somebody works under you. Could be anybody, could be dishwasher, could be busboy, could be anybody. One person who works with you at the same level, and one person who doesn't know you, but he meets you maybe in social functions or employee dining room. So they get their evaluation on the scale 1 to 10. Everybody gives his point. And the HR puts those numbers together and divide by 4, that's your evaluation. And now if you're 10 out of 10, then you are Jesus Christ. Go somewhere else, okay? Go somewhere else. Don't apply. Do not apply. But if you're 9 out of 10, we will pay for your next visa. We will pay for your next visa. And if you're 8 out of 10, you pay the half, we pay the half. And if you're 7, you pay full, but you can stay there. Otherwise, we got to move. Because the whole thought process is, if somebody is right now here this year, and then you're still there next year, we would like you to finish the school first. Because if you have 3 years of school or 4 years of school, it helps us with the visa extension. 4 years is easier than 3 years. But if you're interested, you should apply immediately. But wait till you get the final certificate. But you should apply now, because all the schools I visit, they start applying, and we have only 80 or 85 or 90 people. So first come, first serve. Then you go through your Skype interview, you go through your everything, and then you are on the dock. Now, you pass in June or you pass in July, and he gives you the certificate. Just send us the certificate. Then what we do is release your paper, because we've already done all the homework. We've done everything, background check, this check, that check, everything is done. Then we will send you the paper to the embassy or to the agency. Then with that paper, you go to the embassy, and that takes you like 2-3 weeks to get an appointment. I think in Madrid or Madrid, yeah. So you go there, and then before you go, you always call the human resources or Skype them, because they tell you what not to say. Don't get involved with Barack Obama. Don't get involved with Bush. Don't get involved with any of the politics. Don't care anything. They say, I will go back home and I will work there. That's all they want to know. If you go back or don't go back, they really don't care. But you just can't get involved with those conversations. So that's what they train you in. And then you go there, and then you get your whatever passport, stamped, etc. Then you arrive in Miami or in West Palm Beach or in Orlando. We'll send somebody to pick you up. And then when you pick you up, then we put you in one of the homes. We try to put 4 different peoples together, so that you could be with the German, and you could be with the French, or you could be with the other person, so that you start speaking English, because the normal tendency is to speak the same language. So you can always be together. It doesn't matter to us, but we would like you to, and then they start socializing you to open you up, and then the whole orientation starts. And after the orientation, while you are in orientation, your department head, there will be every time somebody coming in and speaking to you for an hour or 2 hours. So it's like 5 days. You sit in, they absorb everything. Why? Because then when you start working, you know everybody already. You don't feel like I don't know anybody, and who am I going to do, and how. No, you've already made 100 friends with you, and and you know how the place is, and they show you everything else. And then while that orientation is happening, somebody is watching you and say, okay, I would like to have her in the grill or him in the 19th hole or in the beach club or that's what it is. Comes the month of February, March, after this evaluation again, we will start rotating you. Rotating you means maybe you go for 1 week in accounting, or 2 weeks in golf, or 3 weeks in fitness center, or 4 weeks, so wherever the place is open. Why? This way, at this age, you think what you want to do, but sometimes you don't. So once you're doing it, the process of elimination starts. Okay, I don't like banquets, or I don't like office, or I do like office, or I don't like it. So we take that out. So now your choice is narrow. You come in the month of May, June, you should know by then, okay, that what would you like to do. And then also sometimes, not all, but maybe 20, 30, 40% of the people, we will take them, depending on the visa also, we will send them to either New York or New Jersey or Chicago or Boston or Cincinnati or Cleveland, somewhere. We have connections. So where we would like you to is gain some more experience. In other words, like Santiago is different than Barcelona, although they speak the same language, but different. If you go to New York and somebody says good morning to you, watch your wallet, okay? He says, be careful. I'm not saying they're bad, but they are like that, okay? Or if you go to California and you're the one, come on, let's go. You're going to fail because they all move at their own speed, California, Hawaii. So those are the things you learn. Then we send you for 3-4 months, and then you come back in October, and if you're there for the next year, then the whole process starts. And otherwise, God bless you, and wherever you're going back, you can use the reference, and then we go from there. I have a lot of things to talk to you about, but I would like to have your feedback first. What would you like to know? I told you the process, how to start. I told you, and then I think Maria is from Santiago, because she's the one who asked me to come to the school, and they have done very well. There's 3 guys. I said, Ramon, Maria, and Alicia, used to be Alicia. Within 4 months, they were handling the assistant manager's job, because that's what